Hello friends. So today I'm going to be working on a railroad spike knife. So just give you an idea of what I've been doing. But anyway, railroad spike. So when you grab it, you can see there's not much metal left to work into the blade to fit your hand on. So what I did is I heated up and I'm stretching out the material, thinning it out, keeping it square, but thinning it out so that when I do my hand, I've got more material to stretch out for the knife. So just wanted to show you. So there's the difference. It right there, I'm about almost 2 inches longer, but I put about 1 inch or so length into the handle before I start working out the blade. So get the forge fired up and we'll see what we can get done. So got 2 spikes heating up, that way just alternate back and forth. So the one has already been stretched out. I'm working on the stretching out and shaping the knife blade. I've got a second one in there that I'm going to start heating, and I'll work on that one to stretch the handle before I then start to work on the knife blade. But this way, one's getting hot, one's getting cold, and I can work and use my propane, hopefully more efficiency, more efficient that way. So that's the hope anyway. So it's like, I think it got up to, I think it's 35 today. So my anvil's a little cold. Metal's cooling down pretty quick. So I'm not getting much working time. But that's why with 2, just try and keep it going. Just try and be more efficient. guys, so like you can see, lots of heat cycles, lots of pounding. Right now, just because I'm still new to this, I can only do it for about an hour at a time, and then I gotta take about, take a break for a while. But if I have enough time in a day, I can usually, I probably have enough that I can make one good blade in a day. But realistically, depending on how many hours, it probably takes me closer to 3 to 5 days just to get something made. But only having a few hours a day and only being able to swing a hammer for about an hour at a time. So anyway, I'll do a little bit more and then take a break. So you can see, still keeping it square, just getting it stretched out. So, what am I about? I've gained around a ½ inch so far. I'll probably go a little bit more, try and get it a little bit closer to about 3/4 inch stretched out back here on the handle, giving me more metal on the end for the blade. Those two are heating. I just wanted to show you guys, this is the first railroad spike knife that I had made. Okay, sorry I had a battery die on me. So this was my first railroad spike knife. Just wanted to show you guys, and I had stretched out the handle, got it to where it fits my hand. I did grind out right here so I can get my hand right up in there. Got a little divot right there for my thumb, so if I need to push down to cut anything I can. I put a little bend in the handle just to make it more comfortable. Shaped up and ground down anything on the butt that would bite the hand, that would grab. Got a pretty good thickness on the spine, and then taper. Of course, there's always a lot of grinding. But anyway, wanted to show you guys what I'm trying to achieve here. Right now, kind of looking like a butter knife, but we'll get that all shaped down, getting close, getting a little taper put into it, and just working it down. So should be able to put a twist into this pretty soon, but I just wanted to show you guys that I stretch the handle, work the knife, then I come back and twist the handle, just so that I can still grab it. If I put a twist in first, there's a chance I'll mar it up on the anvil or with the hammer, and then you can't really fix that. So at least this way I can reshape the handle a little bit, square it back up if anything happens, before I put the twist in. So I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up, but I've got all of this thinned down, so right in here it thickens back up because I haven't been hammering that. I've just been stretching out this handle section. I've got about 3/4 of an inch of it stretched out now, so I think I'm going to call the handle good, and I'll start transferring to working on the blade. So actually, what I'm thinking about, I want to get my hand to a certain spot here, and then I'm going to put a chalk line on this, not chalk, but soapstone, and make my mark of where the handle's going to end and the blade's going to start, because then it'll start smashing it out. And I just want to have a good place. I don't want to come into my handle and make my handle too short. So for that, I just sit it down. Of course, I don't touch it because it's still hot. But I just put a soapstone mark on there. And I'll mark all the sides. And then I can start working the blade. Alright, so I've got my soapstone mark where my hand should fit, and now I can start stretching it out for the blade. So as you can see, guys, it takes a while to get this metal to move. It's pretty thick. I'm trying to keep my temperatures up, keep everything moving good. But just takes a little bit, takes quite a bit of hammering. So I'm going to do a little bit more on the other one, trying to get the blade where I want it, and then I'm going to get it ready to twist the handle. So I'll show you guys that. Alright friends, so I've got about 22 degrees today outside here. Got the forge started, going to try and get a knife done. So I'm going to be cleaning this one up, do some grinding, get some marks off of it, just get it shaped up a little bit more with a grinder. Then I'm going to heat this up, put my maker's mark on it, and get the twist in the handle. And then I'll show you the quench. I'm going to use a super quench mix that I've made. It's the Dawn dish soap, a rinse aid, and like 5 pounds of salt in a bucket, 5-gallon bucket with water, just to make this as hard as I can get it. I tried it on one other knife. I think my file skated just a little bit more than just in water. So just, you know, anything helps. Also, I wanted to address, I've had some questions or some concerns that with running my forge here in this shed, that I might have some poisonous gases. So I just wanted to explain how I designed this lean-to shed that I'm using. I've got a lot of airflow. It looks, you know, depending on how the camera angle is, it looks like a solid back, but I'm just going to give you a quick show and tell of how I built it so that I don't get any poisonous gases. So even though right here looks close to a solid back, so I've got about a foot distance from the actual back of my shed to the roof part of my shed that's hanging down. So what I did is I did a setback so that any heat from the forge won't burn a wall. That's tin, you know, just roofing metal. So I've got a good foot here of an overhang, and can't really see it because there is snow on the roof at the moment, but where these 1x4s are, they're creating like a little smokestack chimney. So there's a gap right up there, and so this is like a chimney. The hot air can come up, go around this, and vent at the roof. Right now there is snow, but I've also got an opening here at the top so it can vent out. What I've also done is I left a gap at the top of my roof and my beam to let air in for airflow. Kind of hard to see. I'll give you an outside example here. I angled 2x4s on the outside of my shed, so the bottom here has a couple inches gap, so that air can come in through this like spot here where I'm letting light in, some natural light. And let's give you a quick show here of all that is I've got 2x4s at an angle with some plastic, let light in but knock any wind down. I don't want a strong wind, so there's a gap there. I also, in that gap, I put in some pipe, and that's holding my metal stock for me, so it's kind of hidden from outside so it has a cleaner look. And as you can see, I do have some snow on the roof, but it'll melt off eventually. And then here's the back of that shed, and you can see I've got this big gap at the back wall letting air move. So see how right there my little chimney system comes up to this roof, and I've got a ridge cap on there so that all the hot gases that come up off the forge can get up into that, and then it still acts like a chimney, and you can see it's open on the other side to vent out any of my hot gases. So I did put a little bit of thought into my design to let the air flow and not poison myself. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use my angle grinder and get this cleaned up and shaped up a little bit so that I can get it hot and put the twist in it and get my maker's mark on here. So I had ordered this on Amazon, and I believe it came from Portugal, but they laser engrave so that I have my rocking R, and we'll get that put on the knife. So I'm pretty excited about my maker's mark. All right. I was using the main grinder, grinding disc, getting everything kind of cleaned up, shaped a little bit more that way. Now I'm using the flapper sanding disc and just getting things kind of polished, you know, just cleaned up. Looking a little better. So getting all the scale off. Just getting things cleaned up. So I'm going to do a little bit more with the flapper disc. I got just a little bit here to do, and then we will get this heated up and do some twists and get the stamp in it. So looking pretty good. Got all that scale off. Got things shaped up a little bit. Got a little place for the thumb to sit. All right. So got the knife all heated up. Gonna try my maker's mark for the first time on a real knife. So see how this goes. Hopefully everything works out. You can see it, but I've got my first maker's mark in a knife. So try it on this other one. It's a little difficult, the balance and everything, and trying to get it on there and stamp it. So I'm sure I'll learn some techniques later, but right now, getting it done. So this one is a knife I had already made earlier and it already cleaned up and all that, but I want to get the maker's mark in it, so I'll just have to clean it up again, but really wanted to get my mark on it, so giving it a try. Didn't drop it that time, so getting there. Alright. Looks like a good mark. I'm sorry if you can't see that very well. I'll try and get a close up. Alright guys, so we're gonna try the twist. I've got the handle all heated up as even as I can get it. You want it really close to even. So you get a nice looking twist, so otherwise it'd be like tight at one side and spaced out on the other. So let's see if we can make this happen. Yeah, I gotta grab it a little bit differently. Make sure it's getting hot. Okay guys, you can see that was a little bit of a struggle. It does take a lot of force even though this thing's super hot to get everything to bend. I'm pretty happy. That looks like it came out pretty even. But you can see it's got kind of a swoop to it. So I'm going to heat it back up, shape it a little bit more the way I want it. I want a little bit angle, a little curve so it fits in the palm better. So I will do that. And then since I've got the forge going and I've already stamped one of my other older knives, I'm heating up. I've got a blacksmith knife that I had made out of 4 inches of material on each side, stretched out 4 inch. It was an 8-inch piece of stock, stretched out 4 inches to about 6 for the blade. Then the other 4 inches thinned out and was able to do the curl. So it's a blacksmith's knife, so it's an all metal knife with the handle being metal, and you just shape it, get it to fit in the hand. So I want to put my maker's mark on that. So I'm just going to use the horn here of my anvil. Try and get things to bend a little bit more the way I want them. I'm trying to be gentle. I don't want to smash my curl there too much. Get some more heat on it. So I've got my maker's mark on my blacksmith knife. Once I get this handle done, shaping on this other one, we'll get everything up to temp and do some tempering in the Super Quench. Getting a little curl there. Just so it feels a little more natural. I'll have to heat the head, put a little shape onto the head there. not sure how well you can see that, but that salt, there's 5 pounds of salt, the Rinse-Aid and Dawn, and it will leave like a silver, I don't know if it's an oxide, but it will leave like a silver color a lot of times on the metal. But so that one's quenched, so I'll just set that to the side. We'll finish the handle on this one. I just gotta get things tweaked, shaped, bent where we want them. So do a little bit of that. I want to straighten out the blade just a little bit more. So work on the blade side a little bit. I'm going to put the I need to straighten this out just a tiny bit, and then we'll get this one tempered. Not tempered, heat treated. So I'm going to get this one ready to heat treat. so now we got the knife. Just need to get everything cleaned up. So I'm going to use a wire wheel. And because these do come out and shoot out a little bit, I've got some back here stuck in the plastic. I'm wearing safety glasses and a face shield just to try and keep from getting any wires in my face. So here we go. Okay guys, so they're all polished up on the wire wheel. Of course, there's always little marks, there's tool marks. Got my maker's mark in there, the Rockin' R. So now I just need to start shaping the blade a little more and do some sharpening. But there you go. Railroad spike knife. Hours and hours of work, but rewarding when you're done. Alright, I forgot my water, so I'm going to go grab a little pail of water so I don't overheat this and take any of the heat treat out. Alright, now I got my water. Alright, so I've got a good start to an edge. So now I'm going to switch to my final devices that I have for putting on a finer edge. But that's the basic shape and design. So, alright guys, so thanks for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe. Have a great day.